Of Ian is a Weirdo. Today I am going to be making a packer. This is an order I have from my Etsy. I've slowed down my Etsy orders in the past week or so because I am trying to spend more time on Pride projects. So I'll probably be picking back up with these once Pride is over. So I'm using the color, I called it Dark Taupe. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, it's called Dark Taupe. I was like, why would I just randomly think of that name? So I'm using my Furls Candy Shop hook. Hi, welcome in. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hey, Mombi. 8, 9, 10. Is that the hook that broke? Yes, it is. Well, I got a replacement, so this is the replacement. See how it has a head on it, whereas my other hook did not. So yeah, this is the one that looks like anal beads that got replaced. Yeah, it was. They made it really easy. So, and I've heard good things about their return policy, but when I tried to replace my 4mm Streamline, which I think was in the Polaris, the pink one collection, they didn't respond, but I also didn't share as much information as I needed to, so that's on me. So I just figured, I was like, I guess it's not for me. But they sent it right out, and that was really sweet of them. So hopefully I get this hook to keep this hook for a very long time. From what I've seen, this is the only 3.5mm hook that Furls carries. So they might carry some of the wooden. I haven't really looked into the wooden. I just doesn't appeal to me as much, but could check it out. How are you? Are you still making stuff to sell at Pride? Slacking on my crochet. Been working too much. Oh. Well, sometimes it happens. I wasn't crocheting for a while too. I had to kind of pick myself back up and crochet again. I want to do the private, but I don't know how to have time now. Yeah. Yeah, it is fast approaching. Yeah, I would really love to do a Pride booth, but I'm just not fast enough. Like, if I start now, I can probably do a Pride booth next year. A lot of clients spend all day on Zoom. Oh, wow. I think this is. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. And you're doing important work, so you gotta take that, gotta really spend your time with doing what you're doing. Okay, so this is really tight. The starting stitch that I had was really tight, so I'm gonna switch over really quickly to my clover so that I don't break my hook again. Did finish the rainbow cardigan. I feel like did I see that? Did you post that? Yeah, with um the clover, I can kind of put a little bit more stress on the end of the hook because it's metal. So I posted it when I was working on it. Let me see. I'm really not on Instagram that much. Okay, what am I doing? My gosh. That is so cute. I love that. I currently have 3 orders on the books right now. So this one is due to be shipped out on Memorial Day, and I don't think the post office is open Memorial Day. So I think I have to ship it out on Friday. I know that the post office is open on Saturday, but they're only open like 2 hours. Yeah, that yarn is beautiful. Okay, so I've been sewing in the end, and I'm gonna use my little snippers. Little snippers. To cut off any excess so that the end is nice and hidden. I love these. I got so they're not Fiskars, but I got a set of 3 of them from Amazon, and they are so sharp, and they cut the yarn so well. I'm addicted because I was using one that I got from Hobby Lobby like 100 years ago, and it was like you had to be like to like even remotely cut through yarn. And if it was heavier than 4 weight, you weren't getting through it. Yeah. I just lose scissors. Like, so I've been working out of a cauldron. This is my packer cauldron, I guess, because I just have like tons of yarn scraps in here. Or tons of like cotton scraps, and I just like have like all my stuff from my packers so that when an order comes in, I can just pick up the yarn, put it in, and everything's right there. 10 back and they're gone in a week. Yeah, I understand that. When I was in residential, I got 2 different types of yarn cutters that were didn't have an exposed blade, so they're like less likely to get stolen. I think I think they're in the other room. But yeah, they have yarn cutters that are, it has the blade, but it's protected so you can't hurt yourself. And those are good. And one is a pendant. Is it Clover Brand that does it? Some green one. And you can get it at Joann, or on Amazon. But that's a nice way to be sneaky. They don't cut great, but the sacrifices you make. Choked on a grit. Okay, so I finished round 1. It just looks like a little poopy. But it will soon look like balls. Okay, so I'm pulling up the pattern because I remembered the first, but I never. I ended up ordering the rainbow parasol. So, stitch marker. Stitch markers are another thing that go missing very readily in my house. So I always have some stitch markers in here, and then I have like this big pack. Ooh, Froggy is on. We should go watch her. Rainbow Mash popped up and finish it today. Oh wow, that's a long time. Two, three, four, six, discovering our inner strengths. How about you? Yeah, I feel like bullshittery, if that's a word, that's my inner strength. Just being able to bullshit. But sarcasm is a close second. That's my girlfriend. Yes, exactly. So I'm listening to Pandora um, while we're um, while we're talking, and there is an ad for like birth control options, and I was like, this is very weird. um, Also, it's kind of top of mind because Mel just had uh, her IUD uh, implanted, and she is suffering from a lot of pain from that. So, but also, like some trans men want children and to give birth. Not this one. Um, but yeah, it was like, ooh, I don't want to hear this. I don't know why it gave me like the heebie-jeebies so much, but it did. I was like, ooh. I'm having a hard enough time getting my testosterone these days because my new doctor just doesn't know how to write a prescription. Like, he just doesn't know. Apparently, it just totally confuses him. And I've just had like continuous problems with getting him to write the freaking right long over the factory is closed. Yep, my factory never opened. I understand. I love the way once you're getting in the groove, how like this feels like it's such a unique texture of a hook. If I had unlimited money, I would buy more candy shop hooks, preferably fewer ones that look like anal beans. And it really bothers me that like this is the design that I got. Like, um, so, but whatever. But I would definitely get all the candy shop hooks because I just really, really like the texture um, of and just like how it slides in the yarn, and it is a little squeaky at first with cotton, but you get over it really fast. So. I'm glad. So I was like, I know my mind is dirty, but this for real looks like something that someone could use. I do wish it was a little bit larger, like right here, like this bulb extended further, just because of my grip. And I have small hands. Like, I can't imagine this being particularly comfortable for someone with larger hands than me. And I have, like, whenever I order gloves or something, I always get the small size. So I can't imagine it being particularly comfortable, but maybe I'm wrong. Let's make sure send them this. When are they going to realize I don't care about Snapchat notifications? I need to turn them off. 1, 2, 3. So I don't know if you have seen the Dungeons and Dragons movie yet, but I do highly recommend, even if you aren't a D&D and or Pathfinder player, because it's just a fun movie and you get to learn a lot about the game. And even if you didn't know a lot about the game beforehand, like it's really educational, but in a really entertaining way. All my kids unfriended me on Snapchat. Yeah, probably for the best. You scarred him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, Admittedly, I'd rather be working on my Pride mesh top, which is coming along. I did have to frog some because I was looking at, um, you know how when there's different sizing, they'll put like, the smallest size, and then in parentheses behind it, they'll put the other sizes so that you can find, how many of whatever stitch you should do or whatever. Well, I wasn't paying attention to uh, what was in the parentheses, and have frog all my work. Well, not all, just all but orange. Um, so it happens. Okay, so next I'm gonna do 4 um, rows of no increase or decrease. Freehanding it. Oh, nice. Something I want to do. I can't quite see over there, so you can kind of see my voodoo doll, my headless voodoo doll. And it's just kind of like it's like the weight of the hooks is like dragging it down. So I don't have patience for patterns. Yeah, that's fair. Um, but what was I gonna say? Oh yeah. But I think I'm gonna write a pattern for the voodoo doll. I know I've been saying this for a while, but I just never have time, especially with all the Packer patterns that I've been doing. Um, uh, but yeah, I think I want to write a pattern for it. Because I know a lot of people with furls, everyone with furls, they store it differently. It's not exactly a hook you can just like leave on a table, because they do roll and they are fragile. So, um, uh, so yeah, I think it'll be easy, and I think I'm gonna do, and like a round head, just like a normal head, but then I think I'm also going to do an optional pumpkin head, because that's like such a super easy modification. If you have a ball, you just wrap yarn around it a couple times, and um, you have a pumpkin. So, that way you just got the brighter. Or uh, or I'm hallucinating. One of the two. Did the light get brighter, or is it just me? I wish I was talented enough to freehand all my work. I really have to rely heavily on patterns. I wasn't looking at 2 screens going. Fancy, fancy. No, I understand. So I'm working with a dietitian, and I have to. She's like, you need to eat more, and you need to drink more, and I'm so bad at keeping hydrated. So I'm trying to like take a sip every like 15-20 minutes. But it is freaking annoying. Um, so I guess like on a serious note, so I was diagnosed with an eating disorder about 2 months ago, and this was kind of blindsided me because I am not a small person. You know, I had all these connotations that you had to be small to um, have an eating disorder. And then, like, I thought it was like conscious decisions that you made to, um, eat a certain way or whatever. Um, but, uh, hey, Winter. Um, but, uh, I have been learning a lot about just making sure I get enough food in me because and part of it's my ADHD. It's like I forget to eat all the time, and so like getting enough nutrition is really important. What is happening? I think my wife is blowing up my phone, which I mean I'd rather have her blow up my phone than anyone else. I'm making a Packer, a brown Packer. This is the color dark taupe in peaches and cream. There is a color. I did mention it. I don't know if I have much to say on the subject other than um, it's something that I was diagnosed with really recently, and I'm kind of like I don't. It's just been a really weird transition in my life to eat like a normal person. I won. It's a struggle. Much love to you. Oh, much love to you too. I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, I like. I'm still kind of reeling. Like I just like. It doesn't feel like I have a therapist who focuses on food too, and like and a dietitian, and like my therapist is like everything that you like have and do now like served you at some point, but like it's no longer serving you and you're still using. Oh yeah, depression can definitely um affect eating patterns. So you gotta take care of yourself and make sure you're, you know, getting those essential nutrients. Um, but I just, so it's like those things served you once, and now they're no longer helpful. So it's just kind of crazy for me to um, put myself in that category. I don't know. I don't know if it'll ever feel normal, but I'm working on it. I'm drinking more and I'm eating more. And like they keep saying things like if you eat 3 meals a day and you're eating enough like protein and stuff like that, like you'll feel less depressed. And I'm like, is this like witchcraft? Like, how can food do that? But that's how you know that I have never really eaten. Yes, imposter feeling, imposter syndrome, if for sure. It was so funny. Like, so I called and the nutritionist, and so I was trying to lose weight so that I could have bottom surgery. Like, because I've heard bottom surgery, you need to have a certain BMI. Hey, Lydia. Um, and so I was like, I can't get to that BMI myself, so I need some help. And so I call this dietitian, and like on their voicemail, they say like it was kind of muddled, like I couldn't really hear it. I also probably wasn't paying attention. Um, and they said something to the effect of like, we only work with people with eating disorders and disordered eating. No. But I couldn't quite hear it, so I was like, "Are you saying that you don't work with people with that, or you do?" I like didn't quite hear it when I was leaving message, and so I'm like, "Hi, my name's Ian. I'm looking for a dietitian, and uh, I don't think I have an eating disorder or disordered eating." And then from the other room, Mel's like, "You have disordered eating." And I was like, "Okay, never mind. My wife just said I had disordered eating." So I so it was a funny voicemail, I think. The light is like, it was like at one level and then it like brightened up and it was like, oh, he's such a beanie prince. He does love that brush. I know. My music kept on stopping because he sent me stuff. I was like, okay, Mel sent me something. Mel sent me something. Mel sent me something. ARFID. It's a bitch. I don't know. I don't know what that is. Do you know what that is? Should I Google it? No, I think we're talking about eating disorders. Avoidant restrictive food intake disorder. I think I have something similar to that, actually. Like, um, I'm really picky, but I don't know. So my diagnosis was like, yeah, okay, yeah, I totally get that. Like, there's so many things I can't eat because of like texture. Like they just like, my mouth is like, nope, this is unacceptable. Like, texture is like the number one reason why I can't eat a lot of things. I don't know if that's common or if that's like avoidant restrictive, because like honestly that sounds really similar to me. Yeah, yeah, I did it like a little like googling, and I was like, this sounds really familiar. And then I saw like in like other eating disorders like pica. My cat has pica. um ADHDers and autistic people. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I mean, I can definitely see it with, like, autism, because, um, texture and sensory issues are so prevalent from what I understand. 2 kittens had pica. It was something. My cat. So, we found out through having to get surgery on my cat, exploratory surgery on my cat when he was younger, because he had eaten a dryer sheet. And it turns out he, like, loves the texture of dryer sheets. He loves the texture of mesh and, like, tulle, and, like, even, like, that yarn, like, the Stitch Soak and Scrub, from Lion Brand, at Joann, like, he'll try to eat that, like, and he'll keep on eating it until, um, he can't anymore. When I was making my, um, wedding dress, I was modifying my wedding dress. I put a rainbow, like, underskirt to it, and I used tulle, and the tulle strips were 90 inches, and I was working on it, um, at my in-laws' house, and the 90 inches will be relevant soon. Um, so, my mother-in-law was in the kitchen, and she heard, like, a, like, sound, and she's like, "What's that?" And she looks, and my cat has 5 inches, just 5 inches of tulle sticking out of his mouth, and she had to, like, like, pull out the rest. There were 85 inches of tulle, and he'll just eat it until he can't, and he can't help it. And I just feel so bad for him, but it's also a pain in my ass. Because he's always trying to eat something stupid. So we've eliminated dryer sheets from our house, but I got to be really careful about tulle and mesh and other things like that. Okay, gonna drink. So this is Body Armor Light. It's like coconut water and crap, electrolytes. I can tell you for a fact, I've never been this hydrated in my life. Gotta wash hands. No. What's he playing? No, my cat has a disorder called pica. It's a eating disorder. Where pica just means, you eat something that's not food. Humans can have it. Any animal can have it. But yeah, so he can't help it. He just compulsively eats, um, things, that he shouldn't. Yeah, he's a sweetish boy. Swedish. Um, he has his moments, but I hate to, see that. And honestly, like, the surgery is so expensive. Like, but you want to take care of your babies and you want to protect them. But then all of a sudden you can bring something into your house that you had no idea would set him off, and all of a sudden he's like obsessed. Luckily, he like regular yarn, most pretty much every other yarn that I have, he has no interest in. So my wife probably wishes he did have a problem with it so that I would have less of it. but the only yarn he has a problem with is that Stitch Soak and Scrub, but it's kind of like a mesh tube, so it makes sense that texture would set him off, because that texture traditionally has set him off. So, how is everyone today? I know we've talked about some serious issues, which, of course, need to be talked about, but kind of do bum people out. So, hey, country girl, haven't seen you in a while. It's great to see you. Um, so yeah, so how is everyone doing? If you're working on something, what are you working on, or you know, um, what's happening? So when I was at the post office last, I think I told this story in my last live, um, but the woman who worked there, um, she um, she noticed the name on the return address that I put on my envelopes for my commissions, and she's like, "Ian's Weirdo Emporium, what's that about?" And I was like, 'cause I told her like a little bit about, I just crochet like things that are a little different or whatever, and she was like, "Oh, do you have a card?" And of course, I did not have a card on me, but she wanted like a beach cover up, which I was like, I don't want to make a beach cover up. But I mean, I'll do it. But so, so maybe I'll have another commission. I really don't want to do. Okay, thanks for stopping by, Lydia. I appreciate it as always. Hope you have a good day at work. Um, but yeah, I really am trying to work as hard as I can to get as much as I can ready for Pride. My goal has become, can I make every single thing I wear? And I think that it will drive me crazy. Um, when I did my last Pride series, I think it was last year, I did quite a bit. I was able to really, really be productive, and I don't know if am able to be that productive anymore. But I made like a crossbody bag, which I really want to make another one. I've seen some granny square ones that I just like. Granny squares on other people look really cool. On me, I feel like I just look like I have like 15 cats. I don't know what that means, but I hope you understand what I mean. And uh, so I did a crossbody, I did shorts, I did a hat, which ended up being too hot to wear. But I made like a baseball cap um, with the trans pride colors. Yay, welcome back. But I was talking about all the stuff I made for Pride last year, and then this year it's even more. So I'm trying to make a top. Um, Maybe a jacket, maybe a harness. Like a harness would be way easier, but um, we'll see. And uh, like if I do a jacket, doing like maybe like a fringe, or maybe doing like a double loop stitch, so it's nice and fluffy, and I can cut the loops to be fringy. Um, and I trying to make trying to make shorts and uh, maybe a jock strap. I think I might just buy a jock strap, but I'm like, I do have a pattern for a jock strap. Maybe I should just try to work it. But when I started that pattern, I think I got it last year. Um, when I got the pattern and I tried it, there was something about it that I like didn't quite understand. Um, so it just kind of stopped me in my tracks, and I was like, oh, well, maybe next year. And now it's next year, and I'm like, I don't know. Let me count how many stitches I did, because I wasn't counting right. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, perfect. Visible decrease. And then 3 single. Eight stitches. Two, 3, 4. Okie dokie. Invisible decrease and then single portion. God, I love this hook. It's so good. Sorry. At a moment. So this is what it looks like so far. Just been working on this for an hour. I'm such a slow crocheter. Not even funny. Okay, the next row is no increase, no decrease. So usually these, if I'm like really committed and like work on them, they take me like 3.5 hours to make. But that's like um Pride Shawl all day and today too. I looked at that yarn that you used because you mentioned where you got it, and I looked at it and I was like, oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. I was like, this is too expensive. Poor ass. I was like, I can't do it, but I will enjoy your work from afar. I mean, granted, that thing will definitely sell because it is gorgeous. Wow. Oh, you posted your noise. Okay, I'm opening up another drink, staying hydrated. Oh my gosh, the neon one for Pride. Everything. That's everything. Yeah, I'm basically gonna be the most like obnoxious person on the planet. For Pride, which isn't that unusual. Kicked it the second guessed it, and was like, "Oh, yeah, it's beautiful yarn. That is gorgeous." That was a good find. Ooh, trans ice cream cone. Oh, I love your rainbow one. That was awesome. I still have my ice cream cone, my demon ice cream cone. I keep it with me at all times. I don't know why I decided to make something so stupid, but I did. Put it over there. Yeah, I think it is cute too. The little cherry stem fell off. Yeah, and then like we had to think like so. Obviously, I want to do a lot for Pride season, because that's just what I do. Um, but then I also want to do a lot for Halloween this year. And I need to figure out how I can do that without getting burnt out because when I wanted to do my 31 projects of Halloween, uh, about halfway through, I just was so burnt out. I'd been doing it for a month at that point, and like, I just was, I just, my brain was so fried from like trying to think of patterns and projects and stuff like that. So definitely need to figure out some way to like find a balance between doing like really cute Halloween things and keeping my sanity. or what's left of it. 3, 4. 6. Getting a call. Okay. Sorry. Maybe do one every week of Halloween month. Yeah, I could definitely do that. Or maybe in July, I can start just doing Halloween projects like willy-nilly. And then, like, Halloween in July, and then just continue doing, like, because I want to do a lot of things. I was so happy with, like, some of the stuff that I produced, like the kitten graveyard. That was, like, my favorite project. I had so much fun doing that. Actually, I hated it, but Halloween in July. So, okay, Winter, I've been meaning to talk to you about this because I am a little impatient. Maybe that's the best word. So, 2 weeks ago, when you told me about Notoriously Morbid lipsticks, I ordered that day. And they still have not sent it. And that was like 2 weeks ago. And it keeps saying, like, awaiting fulfillment. And I'm like, I'm so impatient. I do have, like, the worst luck with getting stuff shipped to me. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because I'm on the East Coast and a lot of stuff doesn't ship fast. I don't know. But, like, all stuff takes forever to ship to me. Even furls, which I know some people get really quick, um, like Alt Nuts was talking about how they get uh, furls really quick. Like, it takes me a really long time to get. Like, it takes me like about twice as long. Shipping gods are angry at you. I know. I piss them off. And they're like, no more. No more, bitch. What happened? I'm supposed to have 2 stitches left, and I have 5. Am I in the wrong row? been trying to put money aside for skinny puppy related stuff. I think you have a moderately unhealthy addiction, but that's cool. You know, it'd be really cool if you just started making your own skinny puppy merch. That'd be really cool. I really want to just like get there's on Etsy there's a pack where it has all of like the alphabet like stitches. I think that's really cool. It's a special interest. I'm autistic. Okay, cool. Learn something new every day. Okay, let's see how many stitches I have. I'm gonna frog this row. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. I have 26. Why is this being such a little bitch? I'm not joking, that's really a thing. Oh, no, I totally believe you. I wasn't joking. I believe you. I didn't know about that, but okay. In 8 stitches, the thing is, I've done this pattern about 100 times, and it still is a pain in the ass. And they spend most of their day doing that, collecting things related to it, researching it. Interesting. Okay. Is it like under the category, and I hope this is like cool. Is it like under the category of um like obsessive, like you know how like OCD is obsessive compulsive disorder, like is it in that like obsession, like you just gonna like throw yourself into a hobby or a like, and just like that's like becomes like a big thing. Two, three, four, five, six. Neurotypicals cause it upset, but it's really not. Special interests are actually a big source of comfort. Okay. I imagine it's like a cozy blanket, like just like comfort. That sounds like it brings a lot of comfort to you. One, two, 3. I myself am pretty prone to obsessions. Um, I think it's part of my BPD where I like try to fill the hole that's within me. So I change my identity to try to um, I don't know, like try to figure out what is this puzzle piece that's like supposed to be fit in. So like I'm prone to obsessions, which, you know, like you said, is different from what you do. But like when I find something that fits or seems to fit, like it is just like really like I feel like I can like let my shoulders like be less tense, and I feel like I can like relax my body. Um, and you know, I just think that like people take physical and mental comfort for granted because a lot of people don't experience it unless they're doing a certain thing, you know. I don't know if that made any sense at all. To have a big interest in something, it makes me sad. Yeah, I understand that. Like, I think that it is like healthy. It's like a research project almost, like maybe I don't know. But like if like let's say you like this band, which like I've been like super obsessed with bands before, and like I did all the research on you know, this band and like every member of it and like their life stories and just like I you know, and it's not like I was harming anyone and I wasn't stalking, I wasn't doing anything like that, but I just like was so into this band and I saw them in concert and it was amazing and like everything I imagined and um yeah, you know, I wasn't hurting anyone. I was just freaking crazy obsessed with this. Yeah, I definitely think there should be some destigmatization of people who have, you know, strong passions. I think it's cool, you know, like, um, you know, I have a friend who paints miniatures, and he for like Warhammer, and he also is like super into Transformers, and I just like, you know, like he's had tried to like bring like women into his life for like romantically, and they've been like put off by this, and I'm like, he has passion and he can afford a hobby. Yeah, exactly, I definitely agree with that. Plus, my favorite clothes lately have been all skinny bobby shirts. Yeah, I understand that. I wish they had more of them in the softer cotton, though. Yeah, when I wear like a stiff cotton shirt, I'm like, ugh, like I don't particularly love it. This one's really soft. Um, but I always make note of like who makes soft shirts. I wonder if there's like a clothing company that makes like neurodivergent, like friendly clothing. I wonder if that's a thing. Vivisect cotton is really soft, but I wish it were a bit longer. Yeah, I get that. There are brands that do that? That's so cool. Seen a few of them around. Cool. I'll definitely check them out because I definitely love to support a company like that. I mean, they're probably a little pricey, but you know, it's like, something to check out. Yeah. Yeah. Like one thing that like with like ADHD, like one thing that bothers me is tags. Like tags like that are not like printed on the shirt. Um really will just like I'll just be like running through it in my head. Like this tag is bothering, this tag is bothering me, this tag is bothering me. And I will pay no attention to the person who is talking to me. Um which like a lot of shirts are moving from like um, separate tags and stuff like that, but still, it's just like when I find one, I'm like, because I don't think to check it when I'm in the store, and then I get home and I'm like, oh. Usually, I just rip them off, but sometimes they don't rip clean, and I love just seeing a culture that is more inclusive and more aware of the people that live in it and their needs. I was watching Queer Eye, and the new season, and uh, one of the people they help is in a wheelchair, and um, luckily they had a previous hero that they helped that could come down and like help um, them look for a accessible apartment for for this new hero. And it was eye-opening, just like all the things that like you just don't think about if you're in a wheelchair, or if you're not in a wheelchair. But accessibility goes beyond just people in wheelchairs, and I just think it's so important to make the world a little better for the people around you. It's also made me think like, and Mel works for a company that does games for corporations, like team building games and stuff. But they try to do like if there's a holiday or like a month of remembrance or honoring, that they're doing Pride Month and stuff like that. And they have games revolving around that event. And I was talking to Mel, and I was thinking about Disability Pride Month, um, and just like how like you should highlight both visible and invisible disabilities, because both of those people both of those types of people could be in the workforce, or maybe not in the workforce, but they deserve to um, be treated equally and with respect. So I was trying to think of different things. And I was like, maybe if there's a physical office, having a quiet room, like if you get overstimulated, because I get overstimulated, so like this would be like really helpful for me. Like get quiet room, so like if I get overstimulated, I can go in there and decompress, and then I could go work again, and it wouldn't. A sensory room, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, in my old office, I proposed like something with like just like playing like YouTube yoga meditation videos on a projector, like just have that like going like all day, and then but it's like really low volume, and yeah, light dimmer, cozy blankets, all yeah, all that. But then also having like quiet space, and um, just trying to like include as many people as you can, while not, then excluding other people. So, but nobody listened to me. They put another conference room in. Dicks. No, I'm just kidding. I thought it was a good idea though. I am currently listening to System of a Down. I love. I feel like I finally got my Pandora to like a place where it like plays like consistently good music. When you like, or like Spotify or Pandora when you are trying to like get it to like the right spot where it stops suggesting like just terrible songs. I feel like you got to do a pretty good spot. The one thing I don't know about, if I'm gonna be honest, is Melanie Martinez plays on my I hate algorithms. They're so annoying to adjust. True. Um, yeah, the YouTube algorithm hates me. But yeah, Melanie Martinez is on there, and I'm like, just trying to separate myself from people who are problematic, and but like I haven't done enough research because I don't like researching that. Does that make sense? So, anyways, yeah, working on it. I'm almost done with the ball sack. Just have two more rows. The scrotum. I need to finish this today. But so I'm like halfway done. So when I was storing my hook before, I was just putting it back in the box. I thought that would be the safest. But I'm I'm just not sure like what the safest thing is. So I've been putting it in. So in one order, I got this specialty like furls hook holder, and it covers the way that it covers the tip. Like nothing touches the tip at all. And I'm like, okay, this is really good. Because then like I can just make sure the tip is safe because it's such a pain in the ass. I just don't want to have to keep getting more and more hooks. I'd just rather one hook lasts a long time. You would think that the box it came in would be the most secure, but I don't know. Okay, so I'm on the last row of the scrotum. Okay, so I miss mechanic shop hooks. Oh, what happened to them? All of them to a lady in the US. Oh no. Well, I hope you are able to um, restock your candy shops one day. like I was saying earlier, I don't think you were on, but like I really like these hooks. I just like the feel of them, but they're just so expensive that it's like I could never just like have all of them. Yeah, they're so expensive. Hmm. Yeah, you gotta make different calls for different things, you know. If they end up playing that one-off show in Vancouver, I'm freaking have to be there. I love when my counts are right. Okay, so I have made the ball sack. Sometimes it does. Sometimes it looks so much thinner, but I think yes, it's just the yarn. So this is with the 3.5 millimeter hook, and I'm going to use black polyfill to fill it with my darker colors. I like to use the black polyfill. So I probably will post a picture on Instagram when I'm done. Maybe, I don't know. But I also want to work on my mesh top. So who knows? But I love you all, and I will talk to you later.